Hi, I'm Jacob Gallucci, and right now I'd like to talk about my past addiction to video games. When I was younger, I played a lot of video games, and I spent hours playing them. Well, it began when I was a kid. I used to play computer games a lot. I played all the Madden games and the NBA Live games and a lot of auto racing games, and I played a ton of games, like hockey games too, baseball games. I spent hours playing on the computer, playing a ton of games. My parents didn't get me a video game system until I was in I want to say 7th to 8th grade. I got PlayStation 2 then, and then a few years after that I got PlayStation 3. I spent hours playing several games, all the Madden games and a lot of James Bond games and Simpsons games, and I just spent a ton of hours playing games. And playing video games really it messed up my life. My social life was a mess, and I spent way too much time playing them. I really did. Playing video games, after a while, it's bad for you, because you're sitting there for hours and you're playing, and the next day you wait. The next day I was sore and my arms hurt and my eyes were sore and my body was just aching, and I spent all night playing games. I would stay up till 1, 2 in the morning sometimes, and I can't do that anymore. I really can't. I can't play games anymore. They take up too much time, and I'm too focused on reality to play video games, really. They're too much of a diversion from reality. They really are. And after the summer of '08, I didn't play video games for 5 years after that. And all of a sudden, in summer of 2013, I started playing again, and then I just quit cold turkey after that. In the late summer of 2013, I gave away all my video games to Goodwill. Yeah, Goodwill. The closest Goodwill to where I live is at Racine in Washington in the West Loop. I gave away all my video games because I just didn't want to play them anymore. I gave some to Goodwill. And I gave away the others to GameStop. It's a video game store, and the closest one to where I live it's on Halsted between Adams and Monroe. It's in Greektown / the West Loop. I gave away all my video games. I outgrew them. I just didn't want to play them anymore. I really didn't. They took up too much of my time, and it just wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. I'm more focused on real life, and I'm a grown man. I really don't want to play video games anymore. They took up way too much of my time, and I wasted so many hours playing them. I'm just glad I don't play video games anymore. I really don't. But anyway, I'll be back next week with 2 new videos. Well, next week I'll have 2 new videos, and anyway, until then, take care.